Hi. Finally got a
This is
webcam
weird.
now.
Having your face show up in my live stream, yeah. So I'm still organizing things a bit, but you know what? We'll work on it. We'll work on it.
Yep.
We'll make it work. So
That's the
today
shit.
we have some returning anime announced. A couple of trailers that really interest me.
Mhm.
Um, a new song,
By who?
Divide Music.
Ooh, is it really? I
Yeah.
I fall out of the rotation so much. It's like one of those things that I just don't keep up with. And then you're like, oh hey, have you heard the new song? I'm like, there's a new song.
Mhm. No, I think you'll like this one. It's
All
pretty
right.
it's pretty hard.
All right.
No, so how we been? I
We
have
be.
been more or less okay because I was up till 3 in the morning last night. Well, actually later than that because I was watching Lord of the Rings: Return of the King with Dad. Because you just can't skip out on the charge of the Rohirrim, dude. You can't. It is not physically possible.
Yeah.
And then I had to finish editing my top 10 anime video for today because I had to do all my Christmas shopping today.
Hmm.
So not only did I not
You and
get
I
enough
both.
sleep, I was driving all over the place, and my new phone didn't come in until after I got back.
Ha! So it's like, oh hey. Oh, sorry, excuse me. Would have been nice to
Rick.
have me before, but I'm here now.
Mm-hmm. Oh, that's the first one that shows up. Okay. I'm just gonna cue this up really quick, and we'll go into the. So yeah, that's kind of how my well, you know how the rest of my week's been because of work and all that, and
Yeah. No, it's for my Christmas gift, it's like I was really excited because what I bought fit perfectly into the box that I got. So like literally you could not make it any more perfect of a fit. So I was really happy with that one. Like unintentionally too. Like it was the perfect fit. I just realized what you just did.
my brother.
Uh, but so that was pretty happy.
Uh-huh.
So
Well, like I said earlier while we were in the backstage, I went out, I got some stuff. So it's show and
good.
tell time
I was gonna
now.
say, do a little bit of an unboxing for us. What you got?
So um a couple weeks ago, Alpha Core #1 came out, and while it was there, I bought one of their CGC graded signature series. So it is signed by the Chuck Dixon.
Hmm, that's pretty good.
Yep. And this is a foil embossed version of the comic. So it's a special cover. There are only like a limited number of these like CGC graded versions
Ooh.
available. So they weren't exactly
So,
cheap to get my it wasn't
I was
exactly
gonna say,
cheap to get my hands on, but
so you're like you got like the bougie.
yeah, this is probably the most bougie one I could have bought.
From what I can tell through screen, it looks awesome.
Uh-huh. So then I went out today and I went to that anime store, and honestly, there was something that I think you would get like you would absolutely find irresistible. It is a 1-to-1 scale plush of Pachita.
Yeah.
But no, I got me a Hisoka figure.
Oh shit. Is my Pochita somewhere? Oh, it's up on the top shelf. I'm not getting
Mhm.
that.
I got myself a Hisoka figure, which
Ah, pretty fun.
at their front desk, they had the coolest freaking figure. It was like 18 inches tall, Hisoka,
Wow.
and it was
That's
like super detailed. He was doing the whole card thing. Really nice looking, $450.
yeah, that's about what I was expecting. I'm sitting here like,
They also
I'm gonna
had
say 300, 350.
they also had a similar one for Mob.
You have my interest.
Yes. Yeah, I know, right?
Like,
Anyway, moving on. I got one more figurine that I was stuck between this and Shikamaru because I love Shikamaru more than this character, but this one looked way too good to pass up.
all right, Kakashi. I know it's not my guy. It's Rock Lee.
I still can't ever like look past the fact that his hair spells ninja.
Wait, what? Oh yeah. I
Mhm.
forgot about that. Which I think is absolutely hilarious.
I got myself some manga. So I picked up Chainsaw Man, Volume 13. So I can continue
Never
the
read
series.
manga in my life. That's a lie.
I was about to say you've read Ruby manga, haven't you?
I was gonna say I read the first volume of Ruby manga, which I loved, by the way.
Tokyo Ghoul Volume 1.
Good
And
picks. Good
I got some other things in here if I can get them out. Come on, get out of the bag.
picks.
There we go.
Crimson versus the Bag. Who will win in this ultimate battle?
A giant master edition of Blame number 4.
Can you put that up to your head for scale really quick? Oh, that thing's huge.
Yeah,
Holy crap, that thing's
thick it is.
thick.
Yeah, dude. Blame and like the artwork, dude. I love the artwork for Blame. Look at that.
Ooh,
Everything's sliding off my lap.
that's pretty. All the detailing.
So a lot of people didn't like this manga because of how it ended, but and that's just the way Tsutomu Nihei does things. But it honestly, one of the things I love about it is that it all looks very like hand drawn. Like you can flip to any page and you get the same thing. It all looks like it was all done by hand. Dude. So if I can find numbers 1, 2, and 3 for this, I'd be happy. I think there's only 6 of these master editions out. And
I'm sorry, really quick. When you said there's only 6, I'm like, there's only 6 printed?
No,
how the hell did you get your hand on one of those?
They have
how many
organs
series did you sell?
The whole series fits into 6 master editions. I also got the greatest stories ever told, the greatest Batman stories ever told, and by proxy, the greatest stories ever told. Just kidding. That's Lord of the Rings.
I mean, it's kind of hard.
All right, all like classic Batman stuff.
Oh yeah,
yeah, dude. Like,
looks so good. That's awesome, dude.
Can't wait to get into that. And I'm just adding more to like the pile of things I need to read. And on the recommendation of one Gray Pilgrim, I picked up Batman Year One.
I have no idea what that is.
It's basically like Batman. It's just Batman.
I mean, what's more to be said about Batman than he's Batman? Period.
He definitively is Batman. And then I got 2 more things here that I'm actually kind of happy that I found. This is number 4. Doctor Who comics. They're hardcover too.
There's comics?
Yeah. And they like you can figure out which ones are which. So like I bought the 10th Doctor ones because the artwork looked good. I did not like the artwork for the 11th Doctor. The Matt Smith stuff did not look good, but like
the hell is that?
Let me see if I could actually find the comic depiction of David Tennant in here. Here we go. See him?
Nice.
Yeah. They it like blurred out Tennant's face and Smith's face in the other one. So I was just like, yeah. They also had Jodie Whittaker Doctor Who comics in there. I didn't even fucking touch those.
For good reason.
Also, they had a Ruby number 7 comic at that store for $75.
$75?
Yes, but it was like the official like DC Rooster Teeth comic.
Meaning what?
Meaning it's probably a little bit of a rare print. Yeah.
Interesting.
So I got that, and fuck, I forgot to get the flare stress ball that I had.
Oh,
I don't have that around. But to continue on the train, ignore the crunching sound of my Jolly Rancher bag.
no, we're here
This
for
came
the
in
ASMR.
today.
Ooh,
Another little like indie project. Not today. It came in this week. That I backed a while ago, and honestly, as far as the artwork goes, I like it. And I'll probably do like a lightning review segment on this, but the story I found kind of hard to follow.
what is it?
So basically, the idea is it's like a dystopian future controlled by like a corrupt company acting as the government, using drones to sort of like corral people in and keep track of them. And the main character has powers, and he is inducted into the resistance to help them fight back against said company. So very like stereotypical, like generic dystopian future stuff, but I like the artwork on it.
Basically, just a big middle finger to the government. That's pretty much all you have to do to write a dystopian story is fuck the government.
Yeah, well, if you want to do it, it gets a little bit more complicated than that, because like if you bleed too much of your own politics into something, it ends up
yeah,
ruining
that's
it.
true.
So
That's true.
yeah, you don't want to go into like a like 1984 works because it's scarily accurate to the freaking world these days.
I'll be honest, I have not read 1984 yet, but I want to.
I have a copy if you want to borrow it.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
I will have to take you up on that offer.
Yeah, it's actually a pretty good book.
I mean, that's a lie. I read an excerpt of it, like a chapter almost of it in in high school, I think it was, for literature class. But that's about it.
Yeah. It's not quite what you would expect, honestly. But it is terrifyingly accurate to how things have played out these days. Moving to the indie highlight of the day, of the week.
What do we got?
So, you're familiar with the Suicide Squad, right?
Mm-hmm.
Do you like the concept of the Suicide Squad?
I think it's a fun concept that can be messed around with. There's a lot of potential there. So, yeah.
Mm-hmm.
You could say,
I do too. I don't think a lot of Suicide Squad stuff outside of like comics and a few of the animated projects have been all that great. But this particular comic is like the Suicide Squad, but with magical beings and cryptids. So if this is the correct page, this should be the Mythicals. It's because of the campaign. Basically, they have both number 1 and 2 for sale here right now. It's already funded, so if you back this, you're guaranteed to what happens if I yeah. So if you back this in the next 23 days, you're guaranteed to get your book. That's how Kickstarter works. If it funds, then the books go out. They have to go out.
Mm-hmm.
And let's just scroll down and look at some of the artwork for it. I don't really think that does a good depiction of it, but
I know I like
it. I definitely like this.
I like the art style.
I definitely like this. Yeah. The art style is my thing. It definitely is. And I don't know, there's just something about it that's like, I don't like things that get like too creative with it or too realistic with it. I like a healthy medium when it comes to comics and stuff. Obviously, anime and manga are going to be a completely different thing because that's a whole different type of medium. But when it comes to like straight up comics, I like stuff like this. That's a little bit stylized, but not too stylized. can't even really say that it's stylized. It just looks freaking good.
I was gonna say I think it looks pretty freaking good,
So
honestly.
anyway, this is one thing I like about Kickstarter is you can always make a pledge without a reward, but you can get, number 2 digital, number 1 digital. They have their cover A, cover B.
Ooh, there's multiple covers. That's
Yeah.
really cool. I actually like that.
The digital catch-up, cover C, all 3.
I was gonna say, I feel like for like a collector's thing, it'd be like, oh, I want all 3.
Mm-hmm. You can get all issues of number 1 and 2, and you can get their box, which comes with a bunch of other goodies, their trading cards, and then their big box, which there's only one left of, which is both copies of issue 1, all copies of issues 2, trading card set 1 and 2, some merchandise, an Inquisitor pinup. So basically a poster. A couple of posters. Colored by Hojo! If you don't know who A Drink with Crazy is, that probably doesn't make sense. Stickers, all that kind of stuff.
No, I just think it's funny.
But I like the idea of like this Suicide Squad using like magic and like werewolves and stuff like that. A vampire there. To fight like supernatural enemies. I think it's a cool concept. The artwork looks pretty good. You don't see a lot of like I don't want to say this to be denigrating, but you don't see a lot of indie projects that are this good.
I was gonna say it looks pretty good for an indie project, especially the art. The art it looks really, really good.
Yeah, and when it comes to these things, I try to pick out things that are actually in my wheelhouse. I try not to just like select a random project and go with it. I only pick things that I would actually read myself, or that catch my interest.
Yeah.
But I think we'll move into another small segment. You feel like listening to some music, Mr. Biker Boy?
I'm always down to listen to music, bro.
All right.
So what you got for us? You said divide music?
Yeah. So Divide Music, Nerdcore guy does rock arrangements for like songs based on just a random character from an anime or a show or a movie, whatever. I mean, you know this, but I'm saying this for anyone who might be listening. And this week, he did one on Sukuna.
Ooh.
Yep. Oh, sorry. No spoilers. Let's go here. Just ignore the My Hero Academia video that was up there.
I didn't see anything.
Okay. So here we go.
Oh, he's got merch.
Add merch.
Alrighty.
Don't be so afraid. There's no one left for you to save. Savor any moments alive. Lay before you.
That escalated quickly.
Yes.
Feel your pain. No, we're not the same. When they hear my name, the fear they can't explain.
I'm gonna pause here for some copyright and some commentary. So far it's catchy, right? I like it. The way it opens, sort of like kind of like slow and a little like groovy in there. The beat's good, it's catchy. I like the lyrics, the way he's editing the video so far. I was hooked right off the bat, but this is the part where it really starts to go nutty.
Yeah.
This is right in our wheelhouse, right?
Take the world away, fade into the night, swallowing the light. It's the dust your feet and raise your heart. You bury me alive, twisting of the knife if you lose your feet. And no, you can't trust your own mind.
I love it.
I know, right?
That is beautiful.
Yeah, dude, that chorus goes so hard. I love
That
it.
is freaking beautiful.
Yeah,
I got
it's-
another freaking banger from Divide Music. I
Yeah.
really hope that he tries to revisit his second Gojo song. I honestly wasn't really impressed with it.
Yeah, as far as if you're talking about Domain versus Who's Next, I think Domain is probably the more hyped.
Oh, Domain, dude, Domain takes the cake by chance.
This dude, I think this one, Set It on Fire.
Why don't I remember that one? I'll have to check it
Your
out.
heart
later.
is the kindling, and you have to choose if you set it on fire. You want to listen to it right now?
I mean, if sure, since we're on the topic,
Might as well.
right?
Shout out to Divide Music for creating great stuff for an otaku like me to listen to.
100%.
Highly recommend Bow Down, War, and Never Alone.
Mm-hmm.
Bastard. Well,
Nothing. Okay.
yeah. It's
Right.
just gonna be it's just gonna be a jerk. It's loaded for some reason.
It's loaded. It just doesn't want to play. I'll check. I remember
go.
it now. I remember it now.
Yep. And it goes off. I'm not gonna play that because I don't wanna mess with the copyright gods. I
Oh
don't
yeah, no
think
kidding.
Divide Music is very harsh on the copyrights. He actually seems to
Yeah.
appreciate all the people who react to his stuff.
I was gonna say, pretty sure he like does a lot of like. He's very lax on like the copyright stuff as compared
Mhm.
to like you get assholes like the modern rap sector, where it's like you play 3 seconds of their freaking beat and they've got lawyers on your ass.
Mhm. Well, the funny thing is about that song that we were just playing, the Rengoku one. That
to
one
take
in particular, he had to take down because he got hit by copyright for using Mugen Train footage.
Because there's nothing stronger than a Japanese copyright lawyer.
Nondescript giant lizard. Okay, so
Well, we're getting back on track here.
getting back on track. How about I pull up some of the? That's not what the fuck I wanted. How about I pull up some trailers?
I don't even
So I
wanna
found
know what to
All of
pull up.
them. There are some that I demand we watch, and some that we'll be able to choose from. So right now I have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9 to select from.
Oh, to select from. I'm like, we're watching 9 trailers.
No, well, some of them are like really short, like one's less than a minute, and there are 3 that I think we absolutely need to see.
Mhm.
And let's start with this one. If I can bring it up. Share screen. Kaiju number 8. So,
I forgot.
if
that
you don't know what Kaiju number 8 is, it is a Kaiju manga where basically it's Jujutsu Kaisen but with Kaiju. And the main character's childhood friend is the Gojo role. He is Yuji Itadori. He's possessed by a kaiju and has the power to transform into the kaiju. And everyone wants to kill him because he's a kaiju.
I'm sorry. I saw the freaking 1,000-Year Blood War video off to the side there, and my brain was like, "What is Reagan doing with Bleach?" That's not Reagan. That's Ichigo.
Bro, Reagan Arataka would kick Ichigo's ass. I just pissed off every Bleach fan with that comment.
All right. Sorry.
So,
a little bit of a diatribe, but I'm just
basically, I'm interested in this, not because I think the story is going to be great. I think the story is mid at best. But the action for this series could be pretty good. And so far, I haven't seen anything in the trailers that have
That's been a
told
red
me
flag.
that. What?
that's been like a red flag.
Yeah, I haven't seen any red flags in the trailer. So I'm going into this blind. I don't know what it's going to be like.
You and I both.
Like right off the bat, the art style looks good. Like that looks good to me.
それが俺たちの日の当たらない怪獣との戦いだ。なんでこうなった。
Okay, so
CGI is not too bad. It's noticeable, but it's not bad.
that's not a CGI kaiju, which is what I wanted to point out.
I'm talking about the helicopter.
Yeah. And even that, like, I don't mind that.
That's what I'm saying. It's like it's noticeable, but it's not bad. No, I noticed the kaiju was not 3D.
No, that's
and
one
I
of the
love
things that
that.
I've been like really like worried about is like, are they going to skimp on animating the kaiju
Mhm.
because it can be
It's-
difficult?
Yeah.
And like I would understand because you know the Japanese animation industry is rough. I understand why they use CGI, but I'm not particularly a fan of it myself.
Mhm.
When it comes to seeing stuff like this, I do prefer to see it in the 2D animation form.
Mhm. Yeah, no, it was.
You can keep talking over this.
Yeah, it's like the moment you mentioned kaiju, I'm like, oh, is it gonna be 3D? But
Basically, here's your Gojo character.
防衛隊員。
行こう。
だよな。
ah, badass woman who can kick my ass.
Yes.
先輩。
Yes, it can be really fucking funny like that.
Oh, eh?
見えますよ。先輩。
But so far, like the animation looks like they're at least putting some like that. Like one of the things I look at, and I say this every time we pull this trailer out because I like to be clear about it, is like how dynamic they're actually making the action. Because a lot of series, like at least older series, would cut corners on the animation by like they freeze frame like a character charging in and
Or
just like
going-
they blur out the background and just loop the same animation.
Uh-huh. Or like going through this window here, they do the same thing where they kind of skimp on the frames.
Yeah, well, you basically get one frame of someone breaking some glass.
And it's just them
Yeah,
still
it's just
frame
them
moving.
stuck in like the Mario.
Yeah,
jump
yeah,
pose.
yeah.
Look, again, I'm not like trying to throw shade at people who do that. I get it. Some things are fucking rough in that industry and it takes a lot of work to do it. What I'm saying is I appreciate the animators for going to this length and doing things this way because it looks amazing to me.
Yeah.
Just saying.
Mm-hmm.
俺やっぱ諦めない。あいつの手前に行く。
Okay, that looks
Bro,
freaking cool.
that is crisp.
始めようか。
篠宮彦で
I feel like the character design is pretty plain, honestly.
There's nothing
Like-
wrong with all right. I'm gonna stop you there. There's nothing wrong with a plain character design, in my opinion.
Yeah.
There's nothing wrong with it.
No, what I'm saying is this looks like very generic anime face, and it all kind of does. They almost all look featureless, as compared to say like even Jujutsu
Naruto?
Kaisen and Naruto kind of feel like they put more detail into the face. Like this almost feels flat. And again, there's nothing wrong with that. It's kind of the way the manga is drawn.
Mhm.
Also, what kind of fucking hairspray is this chick using to get that?
Gorilla glue.
My lawyer
Funny,
has
right?
advised me to discontinue this joke.
ってみは回収殺し。
命の保証などみじんもない。
進め。
私があんたを殺すから
討伐する。
絶対諦めね
殺処理します。
絶対諦めね
What about teriyaki?
怪獣8号。この個体は防衛隊がコードネームをつけた。
So one other thing I want to add is basically the kaiju hunters, the humans, they have these suits that like draw out like latent power or stuff like you from a human body. So if you can unlock basically the percentage of how much of that power you can unlock through your suit is like the power scaling in this world. So the badass female who could dominate you, the one you were talking about earlier, she can, I think it's 98%. She can draw out, and Kafka, the main character, doesn't even get 1% when he puts the suits on. He has absolutely zero affinity for it. However, he's one of the only people to have ever been possessed by a kaiju like that and retain his humanity. So that makes him incredibly fucking special. Because now he has the power of a kaiju without needing the suits or any special weapons.
I was about to
Plus-
make a joke, but then I remembered that we're on YouTube, so I can't.
Yeah. Plus, he also has like in-depth knowledge of like kaiju anatomy because he's like part of the cleanup crew. So he uses all of that to like specifically dismantle monsters when he's fighting and stuff like that, and like knows how to deal with every single one of them and what to look for. But other than that, he's a fucking knucklehead, and it's funny. So, I'm going to go through the ones that I want to show, and then I'll let you pick which ones you want to go for.
Mhm.
Well, we're going to talk about that one or two of these later, so I guess it doesn't really matter if I go through those. So really, the only one I want to hit is 1,000-Year Blood War Part 3. Yeah. The only part of Bleach worth watching, 1,000-Year Blood War. That and the ending battle against Aizen. That's actually worth it.
I've never watched Bleach in my life. That's why I thought Ichigo was Reigen Arataka.
You're probably better for it. I'm just kidding. A lot of Bleach fans will hate me for that, but Bleach is mid. Get over it.
That is a mustache.
Oh, yeah. Yuhabaha.
I wish I could grow facial hair, but blonde hair does not go well on white skin.
So far, it's just sort of like showing
That's
what
the one character I know.
Nell.
Yes, Nell.
That is no way to speak to a lady. You must always tell her that she's light as a feather, even if she's a hippo.
Nell is the
So-
only character that I know of the series. Well, Ichigo, but that's a given.
So far, honestly, I haven't seen a whole lot that's like telling me, oh, this is going to be like super amazing. Look, Blood War has fixed a lot of my problems with Bleach, but it's still Bleach, and I'm just not into it, no matter how hard I try. I do think Blood War is entertaining, and I've continued to watch it over the 2 parts that are out, but I don't think Bleach is as amazing a story as people make it out to be.
While we're on the still frame, why does Nell's nose look like it's like right here, as compared to where it actually?
Why it
should be?
doesn't look like it's centered up?
Yeah, and I get
Because-
it's angle, but
Yeah,
it doesn't look right.
I can see what you're talking about,
Something doesn't
but
look right there.
to me, honestly, that looks fine.
That could just be my my unfiltered dog shit opinion.
Those are welcome here. Oh yeah, I forgot the return of one of the greatest villains in the series, Grimjow.
Grimjow Jack Jack.
Grimjow Jaggerjack, yeah.
That's another character, I guess.
I don't know. I feel like the music is kind of corny for this one.
I was gonna say it doesn't really strike me as much of a like Kaiju number 8 had my attention. This
Mhm.
trailer, I felt really weak. It like really, really weak.
Yeah,
It
this
did not make me want to watch Blood War at all.
Yeah.
And also from what I know of Bleach, it's like nice nuanced power building. However, I can swing my sword harder than you.
Yeah, that's Zaraki.
like-
So now that we've gone through that, we're going to talk about this one here and this one here later in the show. So I guess the question is the wrong way to use healing magic, Metallic Rouge, or Banished from the Heroes Party Season 2.
The first two have me curious. The third one, not so much.
Yeah, the third one's more so my personal thing. If I were alone, I'd go over it, but we're gonna remove that one. This one's another personal one. It's the Dangerous in My Heart Season 2, which if
Okay.
any of you have watched my top 10 for 2023, that would be number 10 right there.
I have not watched it.
It starts off pretty cringe with this like Chinibio dude talking about how much he wants to murder his own classmates.
Oh, you told me about this. Yeah.
It's really freaking creepy at first, but as the series goes on, it actually becomes like a really relaxing freaking series to watch. It's just charming. And the only reason that you can make it through is because the lead girl is like the ditziest fucking chick ever. It's great. She's great. So, Metallic Rouge
great.
or the wrong way,
personality, too.
or the wrong way to use healing magic. Which one do you want to do?
Let's start with the wrong way. Wrong way to use healing.
Use healing magic. All right. Remove from playlist.
I thought you should move the wrong way to use healing magic from the players. I'm like, wait, I thought we were watching that.
2年前この世界の魔族の王から襲撃を受けた力を貸してはくれぬか勇者たちよ
So right off the bat, already like you're pretty stereotypical freaking
Fantasy.
isekai fantasy. Yes,
Is it fantasy or isekai? I couldn't quite tell.
it's both. I mean, technically, isekais are fantasy.
Yeah,
Isekai is like a-
yes, but I delineate because isekai is a very specific type of fantasy, and just fantasy in general is very broad category. So yes,
Mhm.
isekai is a type of fantasy. Yada yada yada. Anyway,
Yeah. Okay, fair enough. I'll give that to you. Sorry, just using that break to make sure I'm still
live.
up and live. Yeah.
Yeah.
So, popular light novel series with over 3,250,000 copies, physical and digital, published.
I don't know. Sounds like it's pretty popular to me.
Wait, published, not sold, published. Why would you
Oh.
choose that word?
That's interesting.
Look, yeah, maybe it's supposed to say maybe that's like in Japanese business language. That's how they would record sales. But to me, that just seems weird that you would say published instead
Yeah,
of sold.
that's an odd specification there.
Either
but
way, the premise
if
to
it-
me, at least the title catches my eye.
I was gonna say, it's like I mean, obviously we're watching it. I mean,
Mm-hmm.
that's one of the first things that caught my eye is like nuanced power building is always like my favorite thing about like animes and comics and cartoons. So like being able to use very, very specific concepts in a very, very like specific build that
Mhm.
makes them just like under normal circumstances they would be weak, but when done right, I forgot what I was trying to say now.
Basically, you like it when people are creative with the powers instead of just taking the stereotypical approach.
Yeah, that's what I was trying to say.
Mhm. No, that's one of the things I think. Like Hisoka is like a great character out of.
Oh, dude. Again,
Hunter x
it's like a very like nuanced power set, but he utilizes it so well to fuck with everybody's mind.
Yes. Well, not
You thought
only
you
that,
caught my hand
you
up?
find
Wrong, bitch.
not only that, he also uses it in some insane ways that just break the whole way of using Nen. He
like, it's
breaks
not-
Nen usage.
Yes, it's not a combat.
You haven't even read the manga sections I'm talking
I know,
about.
I know. I'm not. We're not even caught up with the. I'm not. I'm not. At least you are. I'm
Yeah.
not even caught up with the anime, and like just watching his fight with Gon. God, it's so satisfying.
Yep.
It's beautiful.
Anyway,
Oh, fuck the pedal
this
clown. Anyway.
back to this series. I think
Anyways.
I mean, as far as visuals go, it looks okay. That
Okay, so
not
it's an
impressive.
isekai. It's an
Yes.
isekai.
It is an isekai. They showed the hero summoning right off the bat.
Yeah.
Basically, he gets isekai'd with healing powers.
お前は私と一緒に戦場の最前線で負傷者の治療をしてもらう。
Ah! For your muscle girl fetish.
We like that here.
つまり前衛だ。
私がピンチの時は助けてね。
I mean, at least so far, like everything looks okay to me, but it looks
The
pretty generic.
monsters aren't CGI, so we can at least give them that.
It's not Ari Ferretta. We'll give him that.
決めた。ウサトと先輩を守るために戦う。お欲張りめ。
It's like oddly adorable.
あの人、救命団の人。
戦場で怪我人を救うために走る。
The token
そんな
Wally
こと
character.
僕にできるのか。
死ぬ気でやれ。死んだら治す。
I'm fucking sorry.
That escalated quickly.
Okay.
仲良くしよう。
Just cuts off.
大丈夫ですよ。
So far, it at least looks like an entertaining isekai.
I was gonna say
So it's at
it
least
might-
a
it-
B tier so far. Like B
Mhm.
tier is the lowest that you can say is automatically worth giving a shot.
I was gonna say it's definitely not A tier. It is so most certainly not S tier, but it's worth giving a shot because it looks like it could be interesting
It looks like it could be funny, is what I think.
and funny. Yeah, obviously.
あれがウサトの日常なんだと思います。
Oh, so he's gonna be this. He's just gonna tank everything by healing himself. Okay.
Just remember. I forgot what I was gonna say. Damn it!
Just remember, immediately forget. Just remember.
Just remember.
I forgot what I was gonna say.
I forgot what I was going to say. Fuck.
Now, if this basically becomes like this dude finding out he's overpowered because he could just continue to heal himself through any amount of damage,
That's gonna be entertaining.
that would be like a fairly creative
Because
way
it,
to.
it said in the subtitles there, it's like, and he's unhinged or something like that if you rewind it.
Yeah, I've watched this trailer before. It does say something about him being completely unhinged.
So this, if it's an unhinged protagonist who is a complete and utter masochist, oh, it's gonna be so much fun. Masochist, masochist, right? That's really weird.
Masochist enjoys pain, yes.
Okay, yes, masochist. I always get masochist and sadist mixed
ま
up.
もなく進軍を開始できます。
Booba!
てめえの命も守ってこその救命団だ。
僕は戦いません。敵も殺しません。でも僕にしか助けられない人みんなを助けます。僕は救命団です。
Okay, goody goody two shoes commentary. I'll save all the people only I can save.
Mhm.
Okay.
異世界から来た治癒魔法使いか。さて、どうなるか。
So far, not bad. I think I'll enjoy this one, honestly.
I was gonna say if they follow suit with the complete unhinged, oh, it's gonna be so fun to watch.
Yeah. So
Metallic Rouge.
I guess we go Metallic Rouge, and we'll talk about the other two.
Is it
After
Rouge or
this.
Rogue?
Rogue.
Alrighty.
I don't actually know at this point.
AD2128
Fuck the what?
I guess we're not watching.
There's loading bar,
I guess we're not watching the trailer.
and they want to cut the internet even more.
人間とネアンと呼ばれる人造人間が混在する世界。
Okay, so people exist in this world with artificial humans.
Mhm.
So I guess that
ネアンの少女であるルジュは
explains the premise in the
マリーの
title.
名を共に政府のある任務を遂行することになる。
お姉さんはどちら様？私はナオミ・オルトマン。あなた様のサポートをしております。うちらの仕事は誰にも知られちゃいけない極秘任務。
So far, I mean, it looks okay. It looks okay. I haven't seen anything that really catches me yet. I mean, the premise is kind of cool. but-
It's ticking my side box of Robot Girl, so it's got me interested. Penny was a real girl, and you can't change my mind about it.
At first, you had my interest, but now you have my erection. Got it.
Correct. Okay, Magic Girl transformation.
妹の何を止めなければならない。彼らは人類を超える可能性を秘め
I at least like the designs on these suits.
I was
They
gonna
kind of
say,
look
I
cool.
really like the design on those suits.
And like the world stuff. Like if we can scroll back, like that. looks cool.
The design of the world itself, it really draws me in, and it's what really wants to really makes me English. It's a hard language. I'm sorry, and it's my only language that I speak, and I still fuck it up. It's the thing that makes me want to watch this. There we go. I said it. It only took like 30 seconds.
I am Mitch McConnell.
No, I'm Joe Biden. Mitch McConnell just.
That's the joke. I'm Mitch McConnell.
I completely missed it. Damn it.
なければならない。彼らは人類を超える可能性を秘めた存在です。
なぜ私たちを狙う？私は
Okay, CGI.
Okay, that doesn't look too terribly bad.
I was gonna say when it's all CGI, it's not that bad. But again, I expected the CGI. Ooh.
私たちと人間どこが違うか
No, it's not bad.
私は間違ったことを
Okay, this looks like it has some potential.
I would put it B plus, A minus.
I'd put it like low A so far.
That's what I'm saying, A minus.
Like it looks like it's going to be like, it looks like if I had to do it, give it credit, it'll be a good story and an okay animation.
Mm.
してるんじゃないの？何のために戦うの？
Okay, you know what? I take back the okay animation. It looks like it'll be good animation.
With a banger soundtrack too. I like this.
Yeah, this is kind of
あなたの
groovy.
存在そのものに意味があるのです。言うこと聞けって私を信じ
Definitely going for that like eccentric character design. And
Mm-hmm.
I don't know how I feel about it in some cases. Sometimes I feel like a series will take it like way over the top unnecessarily. And this I feel like is pushing that line, if I have to be honest.
I'm sorry, I spaced out for a second. Pushing what line?
The way too over the top as far as character like eccentricity for the
Look,
design.
all right, I'm gonna stop you right there. It's not Yu-Gi-Oh bad. It's not the early days of anime. Spot the
You're-
protagonist type.
You're about to get a lot of people on your ass for that one, dude.
Okay, name a person who looks like what's his name? Yugi? Is that what they call him?
Yes.
I've never watched Yu-Gi-Oh, and I'm about to get even more people on my ass now. Come at me, fight me.
Name someone
Anyways.
who looks like fucking Naruto or Sasuke, okay?
Yeah, exactly. All right, Sasuke's a little bit more normal. Little bit. Not completely normal. Naruto's a lot more acceptable. I mean, blonde hair. You know,
You're not Asian though.
Asian. at heart.
レアンと人間が共に生きる世界を夢見た。
あなたがどんな
See, this one,
自由は自分で
it looks like it has the
世界の
potential
秩序を守
to
る
do some really good like action sequences with this,
Mhm.
which has me like I'll
Intrigued.
give it a shot. I'll see what it's got for me.
I really
the
hope.
story is probably going to be the big draw portion for this though.
I like you said, the combat looks like it can be good. And that's if it's got decent combat and good story, good for it.
抗う
人間と出会うの自由を守るお願いルシュ負けないで
Okay, the longer it goes on, the more and more I like the animation. It doesn't look like
メタリックルージュ。
it is Rouge.
Rouge.
Okay. Because if it was Rogue, it would be Rogu.
If it were
They said
Rogue,
Rouge.
it'd be Rogue, wouldn't it?
Yeah, so I was right. It's Metallic Rouge. I'm not retarded. I am, but not in this instance. Hail, purist. How you doing?
That's a name.
He's a guy I know who I'm familiar somewhat with through Daimyo.
Alrighty. No, it has potential. I'd really like to see where it goes. And like I
Yeah.
said at the very beginning, it ticks my robot girl fetish box, so it's definitely going to. I wear my heart on my sleeve, okay? I'm not gonna deny
You just
it.
haven't gotten over Penny Polendina.
Penny is a real girl. She died, a real girl. Sorry.
Okay.
And for those who haven't caught up with Ruby, I'm sorry, that was spoilers. We don't like spoilers here. So for that, I'll smack myself.
Oops. We'll just go with that. No. What the fuck is my mentions are fucked. Anyway, yeah, I think this one might actually hook me more than I'm giving it credit for, because the longer I watched that trailer, the more interested I became in it. And the soundtrack was groovy. I like the animation. The story seems interesting. It looks like you have a bunch of like rogue awakened robot people that they're trying to fight. That's what the Immortal 9 bit was about, if I'm following this correctly. All right. You know what? I'm interested.
Yeah,
And it's not like I'm popping a boner for Robo Chicks, okay?
I am.
But if we're going to talk about finishes, I don't think it's fair to skip over this big news. Fuck, I
sorry?
hit the wrong button. I'm so professional. Weird fetishes. Chainsaw Man movie.
Hey yo, let's go.
So Chainsaw Man returns.
I
with
believe
Threes
the
are
proper
officially announced.
I believe the proper Denji quote would be yeah, baby, that's what I'm talking about. Let's go.
So I was initially skeptical that this series was going to get any sort of continuing anime, because the Blu-ray the Blu-ray sales were terrible in Japan, which is normally how they judge whether they're going to continue a series or not.
Mm.
But apparently they were good enough overall to get Mappa to do a movie. Which, dude, Chainsaw Man movie, if it comes to theaters near us, there's no way we're not seeing this.
You think?
Bro, Anyway, this is
I-
one of the trailers that was in that list. So, ready? This is
boring.
This is
I
their
was
little.
already.
Also, there are potentially some boobies in this arc. So,
Woo! I haven't felt a woman's touch in 3 years.
is it even going to give us anything solid as far as like what this series is going to be about? God, that's fucking loud.
Or is it just going to be a
It looks like it's just the teaser. It's just going to show Reese and Denji. Yeah, it looks like it's just. Well, they're giving us a little bit of the animation, but we kind of already know what Chainsaw Man's animation game is. Yep, that's a thing. That was a thing. Yeah, so it's not really going to show us anything solid. I'm glad I didn't watch that trailer earlier. Either way, if you don't know what this whole arc is going to be, Chainsaw Man's going to learn some new powers. And in the usual fashion with Chainsaw Man, people gonna die.
blood, gore, guts, and boobies. Everything a man wants in an anime.
So I'm personally excited. I feel like if they do this as a movie, it'll probably look like even better than what the anime already did. So being able to see that on like the big screen too would be really freaking cool.
Mhm.
Any thoughts?
I mean, I already gave it to you right at the beginning with the. I won't do it again because probably gonna have some unhappy people barging into my room. But yeah, it's I'm really excited for it. I'm hoping it's in theaters near us because I would be hella
We'll
down.
probably have to drive like 40 minutes if I'm entirely honest.
I'd wear Chainsaw Man cosplay all the way there. Just
Okay.
saying.
I'll cosplay Makima.
I would pay to see that. Oh, I would pay to see that. Oh, I've got a tear in my eye now. That was good.
Nah, dude. The people who stand Makima, I can't stand them, dude. They're freaks.
They're degenerates.
Like the last time I heard a Makima stand say anything, it was, "I hope she spits in my mouth."
There's a knife somewhere around here. Gotta find it.
I didn't have any clips ready, so
Rip.
yeah. Chainsaw Man fans female Chainsaw Man fans. No, it's the other way around.
I was
Male
gonna say-
Chainsaw Man fans are the same as female Jujutsu Kaisen fans. They're both degenerates simping for a way overpowered God mode character. Female, the women simp for Gojo, the men simp for Makima. But honestly, we all know Kabami best girl.
I mean, is there any other competition?
I mean, yeah, the freaking psycho chick with a knife. Best girl. Honestly, though, Himeno. The eye patch chick.
Ah! Don't open my wounds like that. I'm still healing, man.
So, I guess
That's such an awful loss of personality.
characters who deserved better. Himeno. So, yeah, it's cool to see that Mappa is continuing on with Chainsaw Man because I love the series. I showed the stream earlier that I picked up the 13th volume of the manga today, and I'm actively reading it. I love the series. It's fun. Not like the deepest, most compelling story or anything. It's literally just like some dude who has had it rough all his life finally gets an opportunity to live the good life. That's what this whole thing is. And it's just action and gore and fun.
I was gonna say you don't watch Chainsaw Man for the story. You watch it for the titties, the gore, and the over-the-top nonsense.
Yeah, and the action, dude. The action.
Oh, we're forgetting about second place best girl, Power.
Yes. Yes,
how did we forget
Power
about-
is.
How did we forget about Power?
I keep pressing the wrong button. I mean to switch the screen over, but I accidentally click the stop sharing because I wanted to go to this.
Save up to $300.
No, not that. One Piece, or The One Piece, is a anime remake of One Piece from Wit Studio. So that same studio that's doing the Suicide Squad Isekai, they're doing this.
Ooh.
They also did the first 3 seasons of Attack on Titan.
Wait. So is it a spin-off? Oh, it's a remake.
a
Oh
remake.
shit. Oh,
Yeah.
if they cut out all of like the recap and shit.
Yeah, so
Oh.
that's one of the big things that like it looks like they're starting from the beginning with the East Blue Saga. Good. That's where you should. And here's 2 of the things that they really have the potential to do with this. One, step up the animation game. While it's not bad in the original One Piece, and I don't mean to diss One Piece fans because I still do think One Piece is one of the best manga ever written, the anime is awful. You could fight me on that. It's way too long, which this can fix, and some of the action sequences feel like they're way too slow, which this can fix, especially if Wit Studio is doing it. I do not enjoy seeing Luffy go into the whole Gum Gum Gatling thing and sit there with the background blurred out, and it's just kind of like a static or a looped animation of like blurry fists flying.
Mm-hmm.
This
No, it's
has the potential to be really, really freaking fantastic.
yeah. If they cut all of the recap and up the animation, this would get me into One Piece. And
Mhm.
mad respect to Oda, but it's so long. I just can't get into it.
Mhm.
It's way too long. That's what she said.
This this again, like they have the option of trimming some of the fat, condensing things down, because it takes like 50 episodes for One Piece to really start. Like you have like the first act of One Piece is like 50, 60 episodes long, and then they finally get to the Grand Line. You can skip the Millennial Dragons arc at this point because it means nothing to the series. You can cut down on a lot of the sailing time. I know there's a lot of like character development and stuff that happens in there that Oda put in, but I feel like a lot of the time there is long periods of nothing in this story where not a lot happens, or they're just sort of like traveling around. Like Alabasta felt like nothing happened for the longest time because they were walking across a desert for a lot of it.
Interesting.
Mm-hmm. And while I'm excited for this, I have to say I'm a bit frustrated that it had to be One Piece that got the remake.
What would you have rather had?
Berserk, Claymore. Berserk and Claymore have been pretty much left to rot, and they are amazing pieces of fantasy manga. I just finished Claymore recently, actually. It's good. It's good. I wonder if there are any like figures of Teresa, Priscilla, and Miata. Because as far as like
I'm
characters,
sure. If it's female characters you're talking about, I'm sure there's figurines.
and Priscilla is
Wink,
mostly
nudge,
naked
nudge.
the whole time, so
Woo! How did the live action do so well?
So how did the live action do so well? I've heard the story is much more condensed. It's the live action only off a few issues. So basically the live action, it ended up cutting a lot of people point out how it cuts a lot or condenses a lot of content down. So in 2 episodes of the live action, they cover what like 15 episodes of the anime would have done. And that is when the Straw Hats get their ship, they go to an island and they're like struggling to like afford buying a ship, and they end up earning the Going Merry by saving the owner of the docks there. Anyway, they condensed that down and it felt like it and cut out a lot of content. I wouldn't say they cut out filler, but they cut out stuff that wasn't necessarily needed for the story to progress. So like there's a whole fight in the anime where Luffy goes up against a hypnotist, but every time the hypnotist uses his powers, they both get hypnotized. Yeah. So they spend an entire episode with that joke. They didn't do that in the live action, which I appreciate. And I do think the live action is actually like better to get into or to start than the anime, because at least the live action will give you a taste of what One Piece is really like. Because as far as like being faithful to what the series was, the live action does a pretty good job of maintaining Oda's original message, his original story, a lot of the character development that happens, keeping their arcs intact. So that's what matters most in this. I know a lot of people say that One Piece live action is mid. I honestly think it's pretty great. Yes, this is exactly right. It is a very slow burn anime because the common joke about it is that it gets really good around episode 500. I mean, honestly, I would say it gets really good around episode 200 once they do Enies Lobby Water 7. That's where things really start to pop off for the story. But then you get to Punk Hazard and Dressrosa, and it ends up bogging itself down with recap and being too slow and not progressing enough, basically doing half episodes. Still, though, I'm upset that they're redoing One Piece again because I would rather see a good adaptation of Berserk, the greatest manga ever written, or its younger sister, Claymore, both of which have potential to be really, really freaking good anime. Okay, Claymore, you want an example of strong female protagonist done right? Claymore does it right.
I'm keeping my mouth shut on this discussion because I have no idea anything about Claymore. So
basically, like only the women are able to handle the power that they're given. It's like equated to like sexual pleasure. So like, so they basically take these orphan girls and turn them into like half monster hybrids, and it gives them super strength, regenerative abilities, super speed, sometimes even other abilities. So like some can like stretch their arms, deform their bodies in weird ways.
interesting.
Yeah. It ends up being a pretty good story. Not like a super deep one, but it is definitely like a good revenge story. So I have not watched Arcane yet, and that's something I need to do now that I'm kind of on break from work. But yeah, there are so many other anime you could update to make better than One Piece. One Piece, just like hitting the end of the Land of Wano, going into the Egghead arc, the Egghead Island arc. They are doing some great things with their animation already. They don't need the remake. This just seems greedy.
I was gonna say it feels like I've got the image of the professional, like the Olympic swimmer guy, pouring the water on top of his head.
I think Netflix is really trying to capture the fact that One Piece is it's probably the most popular
Isn't it
anime
like
out there right now.
Isn't it literally the most sold manga out there?
Yeah, it's like the most sold manga. I believe One Piece has officially outsold all of Batman, and on a like regular sales basis now, it outsells Marvel and DC. Which, hey, Good on Oda. He put a lot of freaking effort into this series.
Like,
He
well, like
deserves
I said, I'm not getting into One Piece, not because I dislike it, not because I dislike Oda. Mad props to Oda for keeping a 1,000-episode series running, and the universe, the world building, the character
running
development, the
consistent
power
and
sets.
without
It's-
any contradictions.
Yes, it is. It is a streamlined, well, streamlined in air quotes there, streamlined story that,
It's a smooth story. There's no hiccups.
yeah, minus the recap, but like,
Well, that's not even his fault. That's the anime.
yeah, that's because the manga only comes up with like half an episode, so they have to repeat the last half of the last chapter and then include the next chapter.
hmm
So that's the only problem I have with One Piece is its runtime is so long that getting into it is so hard, because you look at it and it's like, oh, it's such a good story, but it's 1,000 episodes long. Where am I going to find all that time?
Yeah. Literally, that's the only reason I say One Piece sucks as an anime is because it takes so much freaking time.
Which is sad, because again,
Mhm.
Oda's an amazing writer. He's done
Dude,
really good with his
Shanks,
character development.
right off the bat, he does so well with Shanks as a character because, like, he doesn't even have to tell you anything about Shanks, and you know the dude is a badass. Dude, Shanks is one of like my favorite characters of all time. Probably like a top 10 character for me. But I like, even at that, like, One Piece still bugs me because I feel like for all of the good storytelling, it doesn't have enough payoff to keep me interested in the sheer amount of episodes that I have to watch. Which is why this remake would have been better going to Berserk, because
Berserk 2016 was a disaster.
we
And
do not accept Berserk 2016. Claymore never even got a complete anime, which is a tragedy. And there are plenty of other series out there that could have used this kind of effort. Like if they did this kind of stuff to, like, say, remaking, I don't know. I don't want to say Naruto because Naruto's still kind of running in the form of
Didn't they
Boruto.
announce that Naruto was getting reanimated already?
I don't know. I think
Naruto,
so. I think so.
Something about Mr. Beast making a tweet joke about, like, what if I funded them reanimating Naruto? And then, like, shortly after, like a week or so after that, there was a big blow up announcement that Naruto was getting reanimated. And then I didn't hear anything about it after that. Sounds like new Jedi Order for Star Wars fans, even people that have read it, like myself. It's 19 books, so it's a huge investment of time to read or reread. Yeah.
We're probably talking like straight novels too on that, right? It'd be uncommon for like a manga series to run like 27 books. I've read all of Berserk. It's 41 books. I've read all of Claymore. It's 27 books. But those are manga. So a lot of it is action scenes that aren't actually a lot of reading. It's very visual. If you're talking 19 novels, that's huge. Now, one of my favorite series, like ReZero, has been going for 22 novels, but they're probably not as big as these. They're like sub 250 page count. Still, though, yeah, it's a titanic amount of work to get into some of these series. Even though they're good, it's hard to recommend them or to even say, like, yeah, they're like amazing, top tier, because of the amount of work you have to put into like catching up. If you didn't start watching it or before it got to 100 episodes, you're probably so far flipping behind.
Well, like me, I'm staying away from One Piece because of its length. That's the only reason. That's what's keeping me away from it is the freaking length.
Yeah, so like if this is shorter, it has the potential to attract like would-be fans like you into One Piece.
Yes, if it cuts off all the fat, I would 100% give it a chance. But otherwise, I'm just staying away from One Piece, even though I love the concept of superpower pirates. That's what it is. It is superpower pirates. So
There is one more thing I want to touch on tonight.
I was just about to say, is there anything else you want to cover? We've been on this
Because-
topic for a while,
Yes. Not too terribly long, actually.
like 15 minutes.
Because so I'm going to spin a tale here before I bring this up. So earlier this year, an anime released called Zom 100: A Bucket List of the Dead. Again, another one of my top 10 anime of the year. Love it. But it was plagued with problems and delays. And months ago, it ended on episode 9 out of 12 with an indefinite return date.
Ooh.
So now the studio has officially announced that the grand finale is coming back.
Ah, that's awesome.
So the season finale comes back on Christmas.
Ha!
The greatest Christmas gift Santa could have given me. So before I get into this, if you don't know what Zom 100 is, zombie apocalypse anime, except for this guy right here has been working his entire adult life away after he got out of college, nonstop, no breaks, hasn't been able to keep up with family or friends or anything, lived an absolutely unhealthy life. He was miserable. And then when the apocalypse happened, he realized he didn't have to go into work and he was happy. So this whole series is this guy enjoying the apocalypse because he no longer has to go to work.
I
And
felt
he gets
that.
to chase down his bucket list. So, without further ado, let's watch the jiggle physics on the German otaku waifu.
空緑の木々真っ赤な血いつから忘れてたんだろう世界ってこんなにも鮮やかな色に満ち溢れてた
Oh god, they're sprinters. I hate sprinter zombies.
がなくていい
This scene became like a meme.
って素晴らしい
I have a day off from work.
Jumps
He's
off-
running for his life, screaming
Jump-
that he's happy to have a day off of work.
As he jumps off the freaking.
Oh no, that's a
building.
zombie. That's a zombie.
Oh,
I'll show you. See?
okay.
Also, the intro to this series, catchy as fuck. I love it.
俺たちの命があと1日だろうが60年だろうがやりたいことをやれる時間はあまりにも短い
The CGI in this series isn't the greatest, which is one of the things you'll like notice right away when you watch it. But as far as like an entertaining, very novel comedic take on the zombie apocalypse, it does pretty good. Sorry, I'm pausing and talking over this stuff because I'm trying to avoid copyright.
食われた方がマシだ
Yeah, no.
俺は
I freaking love a good apocalypse story. And this was definitely a interesting take on it. Of who just strips down.
Yes, yeah, that's his whole thing. Trust me, purist. I don't know what you have to deal with because I know you do a little bit of YouTube yourself. But when it comes to anime, the Japanese copyright lawyers, they are awful.
There's nothing stronger than a Japanese copyright lawyer, as I said earlier.
Yes.
Nondescript giant lizard.
Mm-hmm.
誰にも私を渡さないアキラくん
Hmm.
あなた本当はどうしたいの
You?
できるかどうかじゃないそれでも
Also, the just the general music for this, and I love like they get into like some really funny stuff. So he actually has a shark suit to like bite proof his body,
That's awesome.
but he doesn't realize that it doesn't protect him from the pressure at first
Pressure.
of someone biting down on you.
Oh. That's funny.
Oops.
でもやりたいという熱い思いがここにあるかどうかだ
Also, this is a German chick, by the way. Her whole character type is she's the otaku who came to
Ha!
Japan right as the apocalypse hit because she's obsessed with Japan. and she got that great personality, you know.
You have my own book.
でも美味しい。私今最高に幸せだ。
着いたぞ。あれが俺の生まれ育った故郷だ。
So this is pretty much where the series left off. He's returned to his hometown.
Huh.
Yes. And now people have been like retreating here because it's secluded in the mountains and away from all the zombies and stuff. So some people have escaped to this point. Not all of them have good intentions, and that's where it leaves off.
Ah.
親父とお袋にまだ何も恩返ししてねえじゃん。親孝行するんだろ俺。
本当にやるのか？
当然。どうせいつかみんなゾンビになっちまうんだ。だったらそれ
This is literally the last scene they show of the anime before it cuts off
やり
at
たいこと
episode
やっ
9.
とかないと、
うん
損じゃ。
ちょっとマジで何言ってるかわかんねえよ。
ひどすぎる。このままじゃ村が
Yeah, basically what you would expect. They finally get to a safe space, and nothing good is going to come of it.
Gotcha.
全滅する。あなたは何のためにこんな悪事を？私がしていること
You
は
weren't kidding.
正義の行いよ。
どうしても親孝行がしてんかい。だったら親より先にくたばるんじゃねえ。母ちゃんも頼んだぞ。絶対生きて戻るぞ。夢を持て諦め、もっとでっけえやつを。
I couldn't tell what exactly
俺は
happened.
まだまだやりたいことが山ほどあるんだ。
So really, what this is doing is this character is supposed to be like the inverse. The guy with who's causing all this is supposed to be like the inverse of the main character, and like he has this whole book of like all this like evil shit he wants to do, whereas like Akira, the main character, has all these like really lighthearted things like I want to go home and thank my parents for everything they did for me. I want to be a superhero. I want to.
Mhm.
I want to ask a chick out and wine and diner. Shit like that.
Don't we all, my guy? Don't we all?
Oh! I haven't had to
Do
use
it for
any
you,
clips
pal.
tonight.
What's that?
I haven't had to use any clips tonight. Anyway, it looks like things are going to get really freaking chaotic in the I'm Mitch McConnell.
See that joke's so much funnier now that I understand what you're doing there.
Yeah, no, dude, my brain just shut off. It's probably because I stayed up till 3 a.m. watching Lord of the Rings.
Bro, I was up till 4 playing Risk of Rain with Lane, and then I slept till 9, so I'm running on 5 hours of sleep in a rain right now.
I'm running on like 4 hours of sleep and a singular Reese's fast break bar.
All right, so that's the last thing we need to cover, right?
That was the last thing I wanted to cover. Yeah.
Yeah.
Just Zom 100, Chainsaw Man, One Piece, and a bunch of trailers.
Yeah. Honestly, and this is just my personal opinion from what I've seen of it, the series, Zom 100 doesn't really interest me at all. And that, again, that might just be my unfiltered dog shit opinion.
Well, yeah,
So-
because you've never worked hard a day in your life. Got him. You wouldn't understand what it's like to be miserable after a day of work. I'm being sarcastic and facetious, you asshole. Stop looking at me like that. Where is it? Here we go. That never fails to crack you up.
I don't know the context of it. It's beautiful.
1% of all hobbits control 99% of all preciouses. I think this is a good place to end it. So I'm the host, Crimson Law. If you're on my channel, you already know how to find me. Subscribe, or I'll steal your dog. And thanks for tuning in. Have a happy holiday. It's Christmas. Enjoy some time with your family. Stop hanging out on the internet, man. Just do it.
Don't be
You
like
won't
us.
regret it. Ah, fuck, Ronnie, leave. Go.